I'm Ewan. I really like Marvel, and yeah. Yeah. So this is phase one. So Captain America: The First Avengers, a good one. It is it's in 1941, and they were during World War II, right? And Captain America, Steve Rogers, is small. He just can't get into the military as much as he wants to. So he goes on this sort of little, there's this science experiment basically by the government. Well, I think so. And he gets turned into Captain America. So he fights the Hydra, which is a special Nazi operation sort of thing, which is in very mythical stuff. It's got the Tesseract, which is the Space Stone, and I don't think I need this. And yeah, he goes. He fights them and he saves a lot of people. And he eventually, in a big fight with Red Skull, who's the main villain in the movie, who is in charge of Hydra, he's in a plane and then he goes in the ice. And 70 years later, I think, he's in New York, the busy tech-ridden city of New York, and meets Nick Fury, approaching him with the Avengers. I personally rated an 8.5 out of 10, but everyone else is probably different. Then there's Captain Marvel, who's, to me, is sort of she's a more recent character, and she's oh hey, look, can the Avengers be named after me? Sure. Can I be the most powerful character? Sure. And so basically she's just, works for, is sort of an intergalactic superhero, and just fights people and stuff with her cool powers. And she thinks the Skrulls are evil, who are shape-shifting green things. And they turn out not to be, and that her people were the villains, and her idol started it and is a massive villain. She's just ridiculous. She's also an old lady. And she found out that they were secretly working for Ronan, who you'll hear about more in the Guardians of the Galaxy if we make it that far. And he works for Thanos. So, yeah. Oh, I didn't say how much I rated it, but it's a 7 out of 10. I don't know why I rated it that high. It shouldn't be, but yeah. Next one. Iron Man. I personally don't like the character of Iron Man, but a lot of people do. So yeah. So he's basically a billionaire who makes weapons. Then he gets captured by a criminal organization, the Ten Rings, and with the help of someone, I cannot remember his name off the top of my head, he makes a big metal suit and gets out of there and vows never to sell weapons to people who could be villains and stuff. I think he stops selling weapons altogether, actually. But there's this person waiting for him who is his friend. He's actually a villain and wants to kill Tony and wants his money. Basically, they fight. Yeah. It's a 6.5 out of 10. Most people probably rate it a lot higher, but I just don't like the character of Iron Man. Then there's Iron Man 2, which is good. He's his arc reactor in his chest, which I forgot to mention before, which he built in the cave. It's poisoning him. It's starting to kill him. The government wants his tech, and there's this dude who wants to kill Stark, who's Ivan Vanko, who's in the comics he's known as Whiplash. He's the son of Anton Vanko, whose dad, no, Tony's dad sent him to Russia at some point, and so yeah. And Justin Hammer hired Ivan to kill Tony because he wants the money, and he's trying to sell Tony's tech. I forgot to mention Tony's Iron Man. Pretty big thing. It's a 4.5 out of 10 for me. Just didn't really like it. Black Widow's introduced though, so that's good.
I know we've only got 5 minutes for each slide, so these next ones you want to go super fast.
Okay, I can go super fast.
Alright, next one.
I haven't seen that one. That was bad.
Awesome. Next one.
Yeah, I know.
Alright.
Thor, yeah, he's the son of Odin, and his brother's Loki, and his friend's Heimdall, and he goes to Earth because he basically just destroyed a treaty and went to attack someone. And yeah, so his dad sends him to Earth, and he's lost his powers, and he does a series of challenges and stuff, and fights this thing that Loki sends to him, and then he is worthy again of the hammer, goes back up, fights Loki, finds out that Loki's actually a frost giant, and Odin saved him when he was a baby, has a big fight with the frost giants, I think, and yeah, that's a 5 out of 10 for me.
Perfect.
One more slide because we do have to run.
Yeah, fair enough. It's just phase one. So Thor's brother, again, Loki, is goes through a portal and attacks New York. Nick Fury, who I mentioned before, made the team of Avengers, and they had a big fight with Loki and his Chitauri, and Iron Man eventually goes into space holding this big rocket and blows up the Chitauri, and Thanos has a cameo for the post-credit scene. That's 8 out of 10. Okay, cool.
Fantastic. Oh, all for me.